This is the remote shutter that came with the camera. It's also a great futuristic shape. It's time for Aaron Does It Wrong in support of Casey Hudson and WorldWorkings.com. The first task is to remove this strap and pry the translator apart. You can see that the electronics are still functional, so we won't have to do any electronic work on this. Then, take off these two buttons. I'm attaching this piece of metal that you can barely see as a frame to support the screen when the screen is attached. I'm using this as a keyboard. Every species has developed different inputs for electronics. I'll use this as my screen, and I'll use wood glue and Play-Doh to construct the shell that surrounds the screen. This is one of the many variations that a translator uses based on the species. I do want to leave a gap here for a visual sensor. I'm using my sculpting tools to make this as smooth as possible with straight lines. I of course use more Play-Doh to fill gaps and smooth out the case. I'm trying to make the screen as flat as possible and still maintain the straight lines of the cover. I'm using this small Lego piece as a visual sensor that provides context clues around communications. Weirdly, I've started to use my plastic sculpting tools instead of my wood ones. I think they give me a smoother surface when I use them. I'm building up the front as a sensor and processing array as a place for the translator to process the nonverbal context communication. This Lego piece will be a little antenna, because it seems appropriate to have an antenna. The stopper of this guitar string will be another button along the case of the translator. I'll use more Play-Doh to fill in and smooth gaps. But I still need to sand everything because I leave fingerprints in everything that I touch. With sanding done, everything is snapped back together. Snap! I can then reattach the battery cover and give it to Clotilde to prime. So I forgot to tape the camera, and so now I need to scrape it clean with my hobby knife. As a base coat, I'll use the standard futuristic white, but we're not following this trope because this society is in late-stage capitalism. Since most translators provide the same services, companies will often release electronics in different colors. This one is a special release because it has a racing stripe to make it faster. Please note all of the tape peeling off sections so that you can see all of the straight lines that I'm painting. The bottom of this special edition translator is red. And the top will be a nice purple color. I think the keyboard should be blue. None of these colors clash at all, I promise. And the screen is black, as all screens are. I'll paint the button on the side yellow, and then dry brush a little white on the screen to make it look like words. Nothing left to do but try it out.
Can I have a taco?
You sure can, Clotilde. Enjoy that taco. You earned it. And with that, I present a universal translator that is capable of providing cultural context to the user. Please support Casey Hudson at WorldWorkings.com. This has been Clotilde Eats Lunch.